So pesticides in herb, or potentially in products in California. This is a story that LA Weekly recently broke, and they're claiming that they found products that had pesticides still in them that made it to the market. Now my boy Pigeons 420 broke this down pretty well on his channel and explained a lot of things that I honestly didn't realize were going on within this story. And after reading more into it, I think this may be some propaganda.
Like we always do about this time.
This video is for educational purposes only, YouTube. This video is brought to you by AC Infinity. So whether it be air control, air quality, lighting, or your tent itself, or the entire kit, AC Infinity has got you locked down, and they continue to innovate time after time again with just amazing products. Now their products go very fast, well, because they're in high demand. Supply and demand is a real thing, and when you got a supply that's as great as this, you better jump on it quick. And when you do, make sure you use CLtv at checkout and you'll save some money on your order. My name is Rob and this is CLtv, and we talk all things herb. Today in particular, we're going to be talking about this controversy in LA that's currently going on right now with some of the dispensaries and the commercial grows dealing with some pesticides in their products. Yuck! Now what do you think? Am I just being crazy conspiracy theorist, got my Alex Jones hat on and not really thinking with logic? Or is this all logical? Let me know below in the comment section. If you didn't watch Pigeon's video, make sure you check it out. It's up in the card there, and it'll be below in the comment section. Breaks everything down in detail. I'll go over a little bit of this right now, but I know he's got a follow-up video on the other recent discoveries that should explain things a little bit more. But in this video, I'm just gonna do a quick rundown and then give you my 2 cents on what I think about it from somebody who has been in the commercial growth space and seen some of the testing firsthand. So the recent controversy surrounding pesticide use in California's industry highlights significant safety and regulatory challenges. According to the article by LA Weekly, a study by Steep Hill Lab revealed that a substantial percentage of cannabis samples were contaminated with pesticides. These pesticides, including myclobutanil. Now these pesticides, including myclobutanil, are found commonly in fungicides like Eagle 20, and they can convert into harmful chemicals when being burned. And this could expose a serious health threat like potentially hydrogen cyanide, which I don't think anybody wants to have that in their life. Now this comes behind California's very, very strict pesticide restrictions when it comes to general agriculture as well as cannabis. Now my concern and my confusion here is when it comes to testing, California being one of the strictest in the entire country when it comes to testing and to agriculture regulations, how this seemed to have gone from a commercial facility to a testing facility, back to the commercial facility, and then to a dispensary. How did the DCC potentially allow this to go through? Was this something that was just an oversight and the complexity of testing equipment and, strain in the industry causing bottlenecks and making it so things weren't being able to be achieved properly? Is this what it is? If California can't handle the testing, then really who can? That's what I feel like most governing officials will look at this as. And this is just me hypothetical thinking. Now when it comes down to it, testing is very, very strict in all areas. Now, the one issue that does come into play is the samples that you're sending out for testing, as there are seed to sale tracking. You're not sending every single flower. You're not sending every single product. You're sending a portion of them. Oftentimes this will be anywhere from an ounce to a quarter pound to a pound. It depends on what state you're in and depends on the type of testing that you're dealing with. In California and Michigan, it seems to be very similar. You're dealing with the cannabis profiling, ensuring that there's accurate label for the THC, CBD, and other cannabinoids, pesticide screening, which includes substances that are considered hazardous. Now for the DCC, these will fall under different categories. Now pesticides considered for category 1 are highly hazardous to humans, and they're not allowed no matter what. Category 2 are considered more moderate in terms of the potential risk to human health. Just for context, what they're saying they found falls underneath category 2, and while this is still banned, California was claiming that this is less harmful to humans. Lied! And then you go into category 3, which has the lowest potential impact on human health or the environment. So the testing is already in place, and it confuses me how the testing, being as strict as it is, has gone through and somehow failed the system. And I know it can happen, but again, these are private testing facilities. These are companies that more times than not want to have the best results so they can maintain business, because that's business. So again, it's not the entire batch that you're testing, but if you're dealing with something like a pesticide, this should come through on a majority of your flower if it's testing within it. And this brings me to my point. If this testing is as strict as they claim it is, well, then obviously the states can't be left up to doing this. So who does that leave in charge? Well, the good old FDA. Now, I just find it odd, and the timing may be just strange, that we're in a time of potentially having big pharma and big insurance taking over the space. And it does seem kind of odd that the the testing was done by a media company, and then another fella ended up doing testing on his own and came to find that there was no pesticides in there.
Policing our home shelf, but I'm very happy everybody, tested clean and they passed. I'm fucking relieved, to be honest with you. We didn't want to find anybody dirty out there, but patients always come first. I want to thank Nate for moving so quick on it and for chiming in on this live. And look, we'll continue down this road. I'm getting educated.
So I don't know, it kind of seems odd. Just a couple products tested positive and the others tested negative. And again, the timing of when this is put out and how rapidly this has spread to the point where it seems to be potentially career ending for some of these brands and potentially industry ending in California. It just seems strange to me. I don't know. Now, if you're familiar with any of the propaganda that has been in the past from our government put through the media, or in other countries even, and their governments put through the media, you know that this potentially could be the same situation. Now, it being a cash grab for LA Weekly to be able to have people just go to their website and pay for a subscription to see it, that could be part of it as well. But in my opinion, this just feels like big government coming in to potentially try to take over and pollute the brains and pollute the industry. Which we can't just generalize the media, but we all know that oftentimes can be swayed by, political propaganda, can sometimes really get to the point where we're really questioning our own governing officials, and that comes statewide and federally. Now, in a case like this, I feel the government will look in a sense like if California, the leader in this space, can't potentially manage their own testing, then who can? Well, again, that's when the FDA comes into place. That's when big agriculture gets involved, and that's when it comes to the point where the takeover becomes a reality. And I don't know, for me, it really is a turnoff when I think about the fact that there could be more regulation and more scrutiny on this product. Now, of course, we want proper testing and we want people to be healthy if they're consuming product, but that's why majority of us just grow our own and we don't have to deal with this. Dispos are not really where we go. But if we're out and about and we're in California and we want to just grab something quick, or you're going to a concert and you want to grab a cart, you would assume that going to the store is a safe bet. But in today's day and age, we're being told that this is no longer the case. That states can no longer regulate themselves properly because the testing is inadequate, and that some of the biggest brands in California obviously are doing things wrong and still potentially using dangerous pesticides. Now, if this is the case, then obviously we're in a situation where maybe we do need some more regulation, and maybe we do need somebody else helping to do this better. But is it the FDA?
Absolutely fucking not.
And this is the debatable topic. And if you want the whole lowdown on what's going on, make sure you check out Pigeons' video. Breaks it down in detail from start to end, and even has a follow-up one as well. Big shout out to brands like Seedsman and AC Infinity for supporting this channel. You can use discount code CLtv at checkout, and if you're over on Amazon for AC Infinity, code CLtv AC10. A little complicated, I know, but it is what it is. And with that being said, my name is Rob. Stay lifted. Peace.
Are you a grower? Are you tired of lugging around too many bottles? Is it too expensive? Is it so confusing? Tired of reading feed charts? Well, guess what? There is an easier way. Introducing the Stash Blend. You can now get your bag of Stash Blend premium additives that you can add to your garden using just about any base nutrients. Go to stashblend.com and get your order today.